Hi there, how's it going? Are you good? Great. Dramatic side lighting. What we have here in this box is a speaker. There's only one in this box, but I've got two of them. So I've got these for this setup right here. And I've still got the plastic on that monitor right there because I've noticed paw prints. So until she gets used to it, it's going to stay on. Alright, so the speakers are going to go one there and one on that side. Obviously, stereo. So yeah, I bought these off Amazon, as you can see. And you can buy a few of these models off Amazon. I don't think the main monitors I use you can buy off Amazon because they're a little more expensive. But these are fairly cheap. They save me from having to mess around with an amplifier. So I thought I might as well buy them. And what we have is that. Maybe slightly overexposed. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, let's take a look at these then. What's this for? What is the point of this? This has got my interest. Alright, so that's to take this out. What would be the point of that? Not too sure, but that's what that's for. Slice. Ooh. Fancy. What does this say? Thank you for choosing Adam Audio. We've put a lot of passion into this product. They were designed and manufactured to very high standards so you can enjoy and creatively use them. The complete T-Series owner's manual can be downloaded from blah blah blah. Alright, so as you can see, you can get these in an 8, a 7, and the ones I have are a 5. I got the 5s because they fit. Also, I don't really need a 7 or an 8. Just want a bit of sound. What is this? Important safety instructions for speakers. Okay, and here we have the monitor, which I should really slide out sideways, to be honest. Something like that. There we go, nice and simple. Oh, that's nice. In the bottom of the box, we've got some sweets for the kids. Alright, so we have some spec right here, but it's in German, never mind. English is on the other side, but there's a giant sticker over it. 5-inch, obviously. 106 dB, 45 Hz to 25 kHz. That should be good enough because we're going to be pairing these up with a sub. And the sub is the one I'm already using, which you've seen. 70 watts in total, 20 watts tweeter, 50 watts for the woofer. I think that's pretty much it. That there, 3 kHz, that's a crossover frequency. And here we have the dimensions, which I did measure out, and they seem to be just about right. So yeah, we shall see how this goes. All right, let's unwrap the speaker itself. I wonder what it looks like. There we have it. That should fit quite nicely, to be honest. So now the thing with putting this sideways is the waveguide doesn't function the way it's meant to function. So normally what that does is it spreads the sound out, so you get a nice stereo field, and if you're sitting slightly off center you still hear it, whereas if it's sideways that sort of changes, doesn't it? So yeah, that's the only real issue. Also, she's going to be a bit of a problem. She's going to be trying to climb it and stuff when it's back there. Hopefully she doesn't damage anything. So far so good. And here we have the back of it. So HF, LF. You should probably know what that means. If you don't know what that means, high frequency, low frequency. Got your dB level right here. Set it to where you like. That's got a nice rubbery feel to it. XLR input. What I'm going to be using though is this, the unbalanced input, which is going to be coming straight from the back of my PC. At first, what I was thinking of doing was using XLR with another audio interface. So basically hooking up 2 interfaces to the PC. But that's going to, I didn't want to do that because that would make things a little too complicated. Didn't want to, you know, there's no point really. Unless this signal is a little too noisy for my liking, I will then go that route. But for now, we're going to be using this. Now, to actually mount these speakers to that bar right there, what I'm going to need are these guys. Now, I have 4 of them. These 2 I got recently. These other 2 I've had for a while. Hopefully this should be the same. Also, I'm not too sure what to do with these. I've got 3 of these. I don't really want to stick them onto here. I mean, nobody's really going to see them apart from me. And they might look a little strange on the back of my car. Wouldn't know which side to put them on either. Left side, right side, both sides. Gonna have to debadge. Alright, here we have these shelving brackets mounted, angled outwards slightly. And we have 2 on this side too. So this wiring right here, that's going to be hidden. Don't have to worry about that. That connects to the monitor from the PC. And what I've added to these brackets are these rubber feet. They are nice and grippy. They'll keep hold of the speakers and make sure they don't slide. Although the speakers would not slide anyway because that entire frame doesn't even move. But it's nice to know that they'll be gripping onto the speakers. Anyway, what I've got to do next is wire the audio wires from the PC all the way up here. At the same time, I'm going to wire up a USB A to B wire to the monitor, which will then activate the hub and give me access to the built-in USB ports. So I'll be able to use those for the keyboard and mouse. Actually, the keyboard and mouse are Bluetooth, so I don't have to worry about that. You see that plug right there, that black one? I'm going to take that out. That's for the monitor. Instead, what I'll do is I'll wire up another extension, plug it in right there, and the extension is going to go underneath those pedals because there's quite a bit of room under those. Then the monitor is going to plug in down there, and so will the speakers. What else? What else? I don't think there is anything else. Now I've just got to do it all. Here we are now, probably 2-3 hours later, and this is what we've got. So that's how it's going to be. You see that? Like that. And it sounds mint. Now, absolute wind-up merchants, anybody that sells RCA cables, I mean, the cables themselves probably work well. They probably do their jobs in certain circumstances. But when you're working with stuff like this, XLR, that's what you want to do. So what I've been doing is wiring up XLR cables. I had some. I had to take some apart. I put away the RCA cables because bollocks to them. And this is what we're working with. Yeah? Now, the thing is, I've had to do a few things. So let me explain. Alright, so the main audio goes straight to these from the audio interface. And from these, it goes into this guy right here at the top. So what this does is it processes the sub bass, because from here it goes to the subwoofer, which because of this plays flat. Also, what this then allows me to do is send an auxiliary output straight to those new speakers. And that auxiliary output bypasses all the EQing and stuff I've done for the sub. So as you can see right there, we've got a PEQ active. And on this, I've got a few settings. Some of them are for different reasons. And one of them right there, the PEQ setting, is a low cut. So that low cut allows me to play those speakers by themselves, completely bypassing the sub. But if I want to, and I will want to, I'll play those speakers with the sub. So now I've just got to put all this nonsense away and tuck all that wiring in properly, now that everything's been figured out. Now the main monitors right here are controlled by this bit of software. And if I want to disable those speakers, what I do is click on this. And that's them disabled. They're in standby. Okay, so all this wiring right here, this is going to be tucked away on the right hand side. None of it's going to be seen. This chair is going to be moved forward. That wiring right there is going to disappear. I'm stood about 8-9 feet from those speakers. It's just those 2 speakers playing. This is one of my tracks, Hungry Happy Sleepy, on Spotify. Now I'll turn on the sub. By the way, right there, the sub was not playing flat. You see, I do have a flat setting, but what was enabled was an advanced version of this one, which is a more fun setting, and that was down here at the bottom. But right now, I'll low cut, so no sub enabled, and we'll try this one. That preset, by the way, REW mod percentage sign, is Room EQ Wizard. A bit of a modified version of it. So now we have the sub enabled. So basically these speakers need a new subwoofer preset making for them. Now the subwoofer presets I was using were made with these guys in mind. So yeah, the bigger monitors fill out the sound a little more evenly, but I reckon these are alright. They sound nice and crispy, and yeah. Still need to take that screen protector stuff off. Just gotta wait for Pepsi to get used to that being there. She climbs all over it and touches the screen and everything. There's a bunch of paw prints on there. Now, however, I'm going to tidy up all this wiring and call it a day. And I will catch you in the next one.